we're here. Home sweet home. I think you guys can see in here now. Perfect in here. Again, the snow outside is, you know, it's because that plastic's there. It actually keeps it off. This time again, it kept it off. I'm going to put a connector though on that side to pull this a little bit more taut. And then what I have to do is I got to go outside, and I am going to have to shovel away some of the snow from the edge that's preventing all of it from dropping off. Transition glasses I will never buy again. They are way too dark. So I'm just going to clean out the stove, some of the ashes out of the stove, and then I'll catch up with you guys when I light it. Alright, so I'm just going to get the stove going. I'm going to put on a bit of wood here for the stove. My K-Bar BK2, awesome knife. Clean the ashes out of the stove. So we'll put some of this here. Take some bark that I gathered along the trail in. Put that in here. That should be enough. Small stuff. Now there's a fair bit of frost on it, of course, which this time of year is typical. Got some water dripping in here already, and I think that's the sun itself, because that sun is extremely hot already. Believe it or not, when it comes out, there is a lot of heat in it. Alright, so let's see if we can't there we go. Took a few with the new knife and the new rod. Alright, we'll let that go and see what happens. So today is just a bit of an R&R day. No real training per se. You know, we just had snow all week. Again, off and on, some really cold temperatures, and I just wanted to get out here and take the snow off the roof, come out for a walk, try the skis. As I said, I need to do something different. I need to get a universal binding that will work with the winter boots. Something that won't slide out. My toes were sliding out. The wicking that I used just wasn't staying tight. The skis were slippery on the back because there was nothing to keep the heel on. So I need to either get a ski that has the universal binding, make a universal binding. I was trying to make one out of inner tube, but ran out of time. I did bring my snowshoes too, just in case, but I figured the skis might be the easiest way to go, but the snow wasn't that deep. So just live and learn, I guess, a little bit as we continue to go here. But the tent looks good again. Very little snow on it this time. You guys have seen it all came off fairly easily. So we've got the stove going. I've got Balsam Tip Tea on in the one pot in the back. I've got some snow melting that I'm going to boil up for other water, and just trying to melt some water that turned to ice out here throughout the week. Not sure what the temperature is here. You can't see it. But it's 6 degrees in here right now. So we've got the stove going pretty good now. I got a bunch of really dry poplar outside, and that's what's starting to throw the heat here. So I brought some, you guys know that I like my Bogdella's Smokies from Bogdella's, locally made, meat in Thunder Bay. Today I brought out some ham garlic coil, and I'm going to fry that up on the frying pan, and that's going to be lunch today for me. So that's the game plan. Stick around here maybe till 3 or 4, and then walk back out, and then see if I can't get some pictures of the hair from the deer that was taken down out there, that the wolves took down, and then we'll head home from there. So as promised, I don't know if you can see, my balsam tip tea is boiling. Alright, now let that boil. We've got the garlic sausage on right now as well. And the stove is hot, and you can thank that to the poplar, because that poplar is extremely dry, extremely hot. When it burns quick, but nonetheless it provides heat. So I've got my garlic sausage on. My tea is boiling nicely. I'm gonna let that boil because I used water, snow actually, for that. So we're gonna let that boil for 3 minutes at a steady boil. And what I brought out today was from a Keurig coffee maker. This is actually tea. I brought this out just to filter out some of the needles and maybe some of the dirt that's in with the snow. So I'm gonna pour myself a cup of tea here right away, and we're gonna sit down and enjoy it along with our sausage. Listen to the sizzle. And the boil. So I've got my balsam tip tea here. I doubt you can see it steaming from there, but I've got my balsam tip tea, and I've got my garlic sausage. Now this garlic sausage is good with cheese and crackers. However, and it is gluten free, I have to add. I am gluten intolerant, so I can cheat once in a while, but I pay for it. This stuff can be eaten right off the chub, or warmed up is nice too. And that's all I brought today. Some snacks, so chocolate and stuff too, of course. It's 10 degrees in here now by the door, so it warmed up nice. I put one more rope on this back wall, just pulling and supporting it a little bit more on this chimney side. Lots of dripping going on in here. I shoveled all the snow away from the sides. Lots of frost in that corner though. Only that corner there, I think, because it doesn't see the sun much. Rest of this does see a little bit of the sun. Water is dripping by the door. So I'm pretty happy so far this winter. Things have worked out all right. I know we had the tent fell down once on me and the heavy snow collapsed earlier on in the winter. But I've got a support in the center now. Did the supports inside, the verticals. Yeah, the tent's beat up. It's seen better days, but it is an old tent. I'm still looking at some other possibilities for next winter, and also possible other locations a little closer to the city, but still rural, that's accessible for the better part by road all the time. Here I have to rely on, you know, snowshoes or whatever to get in, which is all right. But I do have friends who have offered. I have a cousin who's offered up his backyard out here, actually. And I have a friend who lives down off Sallow Road who's also offered up for me to set up on his property. That way, you know, you've got that little bit of safety feature in too, and you don't have to worry about getting stranded out here, like with the roads and the road not being plowed and trudging through snow. I can't drive a snow machine. Just it's hard on my back is the only reason why. Same with a quad. They're hard on my back, and it leaves tracks. So I mean, not that I don't leave tracks walking in, but nobody's going to wander up into the bush to see where I'm at. So I'm going to finish eating here. I'm going to cook up a little bit more, have my Balsam Tip Tea, catch up with you guys in just a little bit. So it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just packing things up here. Gonna head out about 3:30. Sunset tonight is 5:30, 17:28. I just went and gathered up a bunch of dead, standing, dry poplar for my next trip out here. Next trip will probably be the end of the month, which is for Winter Field Day. So I'll be spending the Saturday out here and the Sunday. So come out Saturday afternoon, spend the day just doing a few things before the contest starts. And I am going to play Winter Field Day from here. But this is to keep the fire going and keep it going hot during the day instead of burning a lot of the good wood. And this mixes well with a lot of larger stuff that I have in there, which burns probably close to just over an hour and a half in that stove, depending how I've got, you know, the damper set. So right now I just loaded up with a bunch of twigs and tops and a few other things and shook it around, and I don't have the damper closed right now, so of course you're seeing it as it's trying to burn. Earlier today when it was hot and it was plus 11 inside, there was absolutely no smoke coming out. So some more stuff piled up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up my gear inside. I've cleaned everything up. I'm just finishing the last of my Balsam Tip Tea. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack up. I'm going to walk back out the trail, and we're going to just head back to the truck. It's about a 40-minute walk from here, rough and dirty, so we'll just take our time walking back out, grab our skis on the way at the 1 kilometer mark, and then head home. So everyone, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. This is probably going to be a two-parter because I've got some fairly long segments, so I think I'll just do it in 2 parts, and we'll go from there. So I don't know if you can hear the echo in the bush, but still fairly quiet. I never heard one quad or one skidoo today, again, which is really strange. It's a beautiful day. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Fred, VE3FAL from Ontario Northwest to Bushcrafter and Outdoors. See you guys. Alright, so we're heading out. As I said, I know I signed off up at the camp, but we're heading out right now. No fresh tracks on the road that I note. I have come in before and seen fresh tracks over top of mine in here many times before. I am going to stop at the site of what looks like the takedown site. Let's get some pictures, some of the fur, some of the hair, show you guys. As I said, it looks like it might have been chasing along the trail, nipping at it, because there are pieces of hair, different areas on the trail. So, or they did get it down there and they obviously dragged it away. So once I get to that section, I'm going to take a few pictures. I have a bit of video already. See about getting a bit of close-up pictures for you, and head back.